Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprophet.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey. And today we have what I'm going to call our rankings episode. We're going to go through some of the rankings of different players and situations and go over all of that. So we're going to go right into it tonight, Jeff. I'm just going to start off the episode. How about just general topic? Aaron Rodgers, what do we do with him? And we talked a little bit about it last episode. And basically came down to you're playing him over pretty much everybody, you would say, other than Russell Wilson, Roethlisberger was on the list, and maybe Brady. Is that still what you're thinking?
Yeah, that is still what I'm thinking. I think you could make a case for maybe two other people that have been playing really, really well. But I think even with the injury, even with him just coming back, I really think it's only Roethlisberger, Wilson, and Brady that I would have a very tough time with. And even Brady is kind of, borderline right now, going against a Pittsburgh team in a big game, and he's played poorly the last 2 weeks. I would say the only other two that you could even be in the conversation that you might even think about starting ahead of him is Dak and Rivers, only because they've been doing very, very well. I don't know. Who is your list of people that you would start over him?
Russell Wilson.
That's it? End of list?
I think that's it. Honestly, I think that might be it. Except probably Roethlisberger's tough to sit, but I probably go Roethlisberger because it's still safer this week, but that might be it. Wilson and Roethlisberger. And I think then I go Rodgers. But here you go. This is what the expert consensus has going right now for Rodgers. That currently, this will change because, after he's being cleared, not everyone's updated their ranks, but he was 7th on the rankings behind, obviously, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady. But then Drew Brees, Cam Newton, Roethlisberger, and Phillip Rivers is the next one ahead of him. So
they named some of the people that intrigued me. Rivers has played really well. He played so well, he pretty much got to sit out the 4th, and he still put up 24 points going against KC. I probably wouldn't go quite that far. Tom Brady is where I kind of draw the line, where I'm like, I'm not real sure, because usually Tom Brady is a sure thing, but the way he's been playing, I think that's where I would probably slot in Rodgers.
All right. Let's talk about some other quarterbacks here quick. Based on the rankings from expert-wise, they would play Drew Brees over Ben Roethlisberger. But I'm betting that you're not doing that, are you?
No, not at all. And, Drew Brees is a good play this week, going against the Jets, who can't really stop anyone. He's usually pretty solid. But Roethlisberger has been playing out of his freaking mind, and he's going against New England team that couldn't stop the Dolphins last week. I think you would be insane not starting him. The guy has been over 30 points 3 of the last 4 games. He's been playing outside his mind. Is there any world where you wouldn't play Roethlisberger over Brees right now?
No, not a chance. And then they also have Cam Newton ahead of him right now. Definitely a no for me.
Yeah, I don't know where that one's coming from either. I don't think he's necessarily a bad play. He has a high ceiling. We've talked about him a little bit too, but he just hasn't put up the numbers that, well, really, would you start Cam over Brees?
No, I think I'll go Brees.
Yeah, I would go Brees too. So, and I would obviously start Roethlisberger over Brees. So it's just an easy chain to follow for me.
All right, here's another interesting one. Jimmy Garoppolo is all the way up to number 12th this week in the expert consensus ranks.
Ooh.
Puts him one spot ahead of Case Keenum, who's ranked 13th.
I don't know about that. I think that's a little high for him. I like the way he's playing a lot. I really do, but I like the way he's playing a lot for a quarterback that's pretty much new to a system that's playing on a bad team. He did really well against Houston, 334 yards with a touchdown and a pick. He got 17 points, and he keeps increasing, which is very encouraging to see. And I don't like Tennessee that much, but their defense is not necessarily bad. They're kind of middle of the road when it comes to the pass. I would definitely not have him as high as 12. And it's definitely not above Case Keenum.
No, I'm going to play Keenum over him. And then even 14th, Blake Bortles. I'm probably playing Bortles over him as right now. And probably Jameis Winston, who's 15th. I think all three of those I'm playing over him right now.
Yeah, I think you're getting real cute by playing Garoppolo.
I think it's a little bit too much hype right now for him.
Yeah, in a dynasty, something like that, if you want to see where he's going to go. But, the guy's played in 3 games so far this year. I mean, he's fresh. I mean, I guess you can give him that. Like, that's a plus on his side. But to throw him in there, especially when you're going to be in the playoffs right now, that's too rich for my blood.
All right, let's move over to some running backs. Here's some interesting players that people actually they might have a decision between some of these guys. So here are the guys: Jamal Williams, Alex Collins, Kenyon Drake. 3 guys who've all been picked up here towards the end of the season, who have made a big difference in teams right now. Where would you rank them? How do you rank these 3? Drake, Collins, Williams. How's it going to go?
That is very, very tough because, first of all 3 of these guys have been playing lights out. The way I would rank them, I would go Drake, Williams, Collins. And I know you're probably going to disagree with me. I have a feeling you're going to go Williams first. Am I right?
No, I'm actually not.
Really?
I'm going to keep him. I think I'm going to go Collins, Drake, Williams, actually.
Really? I did not expect that. And why drop Williams to number 3? I mean, obviously all 3 have been playing really well. Is it Aaron Rodgers? Is it the matchup?
More of the matchup, I think, in this one. Carolina. I still like Williams, but Collins, I think, could do really well against Cleveland. Drake's really he has all of the volume there. That's the difference. I think Drake just is 100% going to get every carry. Williams, I think he's going to get the majority, but you don't 100% know how it'll look with Rodgers back and if Aaron Jones ever gets involved, which I feel like it's still strange to me that Jones hasn't been involved yet coming back after how good he looked. So I'm still waiting for him to start doing something.
I'm actually kind of surprised. I mean, the Williams thing, only because he looks kind of like a stud, and we liked what we've seen from him. But I'm surprised that you actually like Collins over Drake, because Drake has such a great matchup with Buffalo, and they can't stop anyone from running the ball, and he looked really, really good the last few games. You're really that much more confident about Collins, or is this somewhat of a toss-up?
I'm just not the biggest Drake fan, I guess. I don't know. He's looked really good, but maybe this is going back to my it's probably just it's a bias on my part in the fact that J.H. was one of my running backs this year. He couldn't get it done with Miami, so no one else should be able to either. It looks bad for Ajayi.
Yeah, and I would probably join you with the Collins because of, I think he's guaranteed to get more, or he's just been getting much more touches for a longer period of time, so you kind of know what to expect from him, and he's been on a hot streak with touchdowns. But that Buffalo team is so bad against the run. I think it just tips the scales in Drake's favor.
Yeah, they haven't been good, so you're probably right.
I guess that goes without saying, though. All 3 of those guys is a good play. I don't think I would have an issue starting any one of them.
They are ranked as the worst defense, and some of that's skewed by the New Orleans game, where New Orleans running backs put up 62 points against them.
Yeah, it's very true. And then they just had that snow game, which all they could do was run, so it chips away on yardage. But still, they still really are that bad against the run.
The way they're actually ranked for the experts are Drake is 11th, Collins is 14th, and Williams is 15th for the week. So
okay, so
that's where they're ranking him. But okay, they have. Let's see here. Drake is 1 spot behind Kareem Hunt. Are you going to still go? Are you going to go Kareem Hunt, or are you going to go Kenyon Drake?
Ooh, now we're talking. I would go. No, I mean, I know Hunt just had another breakout game or whatever, but no, I'm not getting fooled by that. I'm not getting sucked back in. I'm going Drake.
Yeah, I'm still going to put Hunt below these guys because I think I'm going to put him when I put Williams at the bottom end. Yeah, I'm going to slot Hunt in between these guys somewhere. Yeah, he had one good game, and again, it's all of a sudden like he jumps up the ranks again.
Yeah, and Chargers have been playing really good defense. So the last few games. So, yeah, I'd definitely go Drake. And tell you the truth, would you have Hunt over any one of these 3 guys?
Probably. I don't know if I would, actually.
I don't know. I know for sure I'd play Drake and Collins over him. I think when I hit Jamal Williams, the unknown about Aaron Rodgers coming back, I still think he's a good play. But I think I'm not sure where I would go with that one. I think with that one, that would be a gut decision. Maybe I would go Hunt in that case, but
yeah, it's going to be, I mean, I don't know. Hunt, maybe he still actually might be my second back here. That might be where I go. I don't know. He's right there. It's great. Like, I don't consider him better than these guys, though, at the very least. You know what I mean? He, to me, is with these guys.
Yeah, and he's still ranked the number 4 running back. I mean, that's how hot of a start he had. But, it really was. I mean, last week was the first time he had a touchdown since week 3. Like, I don't want to overstate that. He really has not been anything special for half the year.
Yeah, and one game, I'm not going to get completely fooled by it. I don't know. The offense itself had what? They're just not looking that good. They should have done, I think, it was Oakland, really. I mean, they played Oakland. I mean, Oakland's not good defense. I think that's more what it is. I'm not going to be fooled by Kareem Hunt right now. All right, how about Burkhead? He's ranked 17th this week. Are you trusting him in your lineups? Or, like, he's ranked ahead of Lamar Miller this week, who's going against Jacksonville. So are you going to play him over Lamar Miller? Which you might anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say Miller's playing Jacksonville. Absolutely. I mean, Jacksonville is a killer. I mean, their defense is the real deal. And I think Burkhead has been playing wonderfully. I think, and we talked about him as well a little bit, but even with Patriots just looking out of sorts and kind of abysmal last week, he still got double digits because he got in the end zone. They used him in the red zone. They passed to him. They let him run a little bit. Last week, he only had 5 carries, and he still managed to do what he did. I don't really worry about Burkhead. I wish I could guarantee a few more touches, but I still think he's going to be productive with them. I would definitely go Burkhead over Miller.
What about, let's see here, an interesting situation. About Jay Ajayi's ranked 18th for the week. Latavius Murray's ranked 22nd. Do you agree with that?
Hold on, Ajayi is what, 15th you said?
Ajayi's 18th, while Latavius Murray's 22nd.
No, I like Murray better. I mean, I don't know about you. I think Murray is a safer bet. Ajayi just hasn't been getting the workload. He finally got a few more touches, and I mean, yeah, I think he'll probably get the same amount because now you have Foles. So I think you're going to probably try to lean on the run, and I think that's where people are going with this. But they still have a few backs in the backfield. They're probably still going to run a similar offense. They're not going to stop throwing it altogether and turn one-dimensional. So I would still go Murray.
Yeah, I'm going to go Murray too. Yeah, Ajayi did get more carries last week. Yeah, I think you're right. The reason he's getting ranked up a little bit more, I think people are expecting the Eagles to lean on him a bit more this week, which maybe, but it could be a mix between him and Blunt and Clement,
Exactly. They run with 3 guys, and I don't think they really care who's running the ball. And they're going against the Giants, which, yes, everyone can run over them, but everyone's kind of passing all over them too. I mean, I don't think that they're necessarily a good team in general. So I don't think Foles is going to be taken out of the game. I think this is going to be kind of like his time to get his confidence up because they know they're going to need him in the playoffs. So they're going to try to make sure that he's ready come playoff time. So I think they're going to work him into the game pretty heavily. So once again, I would go Murray.
All right, some wide receivers here. Let's see. Jordy Nelson, he was ranked higher earlier. He's dropped down. He's the 16th ranked player now for the week. 16th ranked wide receiver. That puts him 1 spot ahead of Mike Evans. So just that, Jordy Nelson or Mike Evans this week?
Personally, I would go Jordy. Evans has been really, really struggling, and Jordy gets Aaron Rodgers back. And if you look at his numbers, and I understand this is a very good question, by the way, figuring out where Jordy should actually go. But if you look at Jordy's numbers when he had Aaron Rodgers with him, Aaron Rodgers pretty much got hurt in the 6th game. So if you just count the first 5, he had 14 points, 17, 19, 8. And he had in week 2, it was 0. I can't remember if he was hurt or if that was just one of those fluky games. But he had 6 touchdowns in 5 games with Aaron Rodgers with him. So, yeah, I take Jordy. I would take that risk, definitely, that leap of faith over a struggling Evans.
I think so too, because Evans has been putting up pretty poor numbers for the most part. And what's the reason we think he's going to do something this week? At least Jordy has a reason why we expect him to get better.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what to expect from Evans.
And Evans hasn't broken double digits since week 7 was the last time he did it. He hasn't caught a touchdown since week 7. It's been a tale of two halves. He started off hot with touchdowns at least, and obviously he lost Jameis Winston for a while, but even since Jameis came back, he had 2 catches each game for, less than 35 yards. So there's not a whole lot to love when he's coming up against Atlanta, who is usually reasonably good against the pass as well.
All right, so this is an interesting spot, though, because Evans is 17th. Josh Gordon is 18th. Would you play Josh Gordon over Evans going against Baltimore?
Oh, man. That's tough. That's how much do I really believe in Gordon? He's been good. I mean, he really has. Baltimore has, man, I don't know. Baltimore's pretty solid usually. They just got torched by Pittsburgh, but other than that,
it's Antonio Brown though, so that's why.
yeah, exactly. I really struggle with that one. I think I would go Evans. I would have a really tough time with that one. I think I would stick with Evans on that one though.
I'm going to stick with Evans too. Josh Gordon, I think he's looking good, especially after not playing for 3 years. But I'm not 100% trusting it yet. Not over Mike Evans, who, yeah, despite being terribly disappointing, there is a chance he just catches a touchdown too, just like Gordon. But maybe the Winston to Evans connection returns this week.
Yeah, I mean, I like Winston better than I like Kaiser, and I think that Evans and Gordon are both, big wide receivers that can get open in the red zone. I think Gordon perhaps is a little more athletic, but Evans really is good. He's been playing poorly, so I wouldn't put him over other better wide receivers like Jordy Nelson. But when it comes to Josh Gordon, I think I got to stick with the tried and true Evans.
So with Gordon at 18, this is just a good spot. There's a lot of interesting questions around here. The next 4 players right after Josh Gordon: Marvin Jones, Golden Tate, Alshon Jeffrey, Demaryius Thomas. Any of those you're playing over Gordon?
Oh, man, that is really, really tough. I mean, you can make arguments for every single one of them. I mean, it's kind of funny. Even Thomas coming out of nowhere and just having a great game last week, put him back on my radar. And he goes against Indianapolis, who, can't stop anyone. So, so he had the chance to really, keep that momentum going. Would I play him or Gordon? I think, my gosh, it really is a toss-up. I guess I would go Gordon on that one. I mean, I don't feel good. I would second guess myself the entire time. What about you? Who would you go between those two, first of all?
For those two, I'm going to go Gordon. I'm just going to do it. Thomas, yeah, one good game, but he had a lot of poor games before that. I guess it is the Colts, but, I just don't trust Denver's offense at all right now. Not even a little bit. I like Gordon there. What about Gordon or Alshon?
I think I would go. Yeah, that's the trouble. I still think they're going to throw with him, but I think I would lean towards Gordon on that one because I don't know exactly what to expect, and they have a lot of tight ends that they throw to. They have Aguilar. I think they have Gordon and Coleman. Pretty much that's it. It's going to be force fed to one of them. So I think you have a better chance of a touchdown with Gordon. And that's Alshon's been on fire, but that's with Wentz, and Wentz has been so good.
I think I'm going to actually go Alshon there.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's a tough one.
I'm not for some reason I'm not completely thinking the offense is just going to be terrible with Nick Foles. I think he's good enough to keep it going. Not at the same level, but he's not going to absolutely kill the offense. I mean, he's been an NFL quarterback. He's been a starter in the league. So, he hasn't done anything since his one great season, but I think there might be something left. So I'm going to go Alshon there. And then what about the Detroit receivers? Marvin Jones, Golden Tate. You going to play them over Gordon?
It's hard because there's 2 of them. Yeah, they are really up and down. I think you almost have to, if you want a steady floor, I would probably go Tate. I think I would play Marvin Jones over him. He does have those big games still. I think I like Marvin Jones. Then I'd probably go Gordon. Then I'd probably go Tate. But I think Tate is probably safer than either of the other two. But the other two have higher upside. And I probably, when I hit a wide receiver like that, I think I would go upside. So I think I would go Marvin Jones, Gordon, Tate. What about you?
I think I'm going to go. This is really tough. I'm going to go Gordon. I'm going to go Gordon over both of them. I am. I'm going to go Gordon and then Jones-Tate. I'm going to go Gordon, Jones-Tate. That's what I'm going to stick with this one. All right, some other ones down the board here. How about this? D.D. Westbrook or Robbie Anderson?
Oh, I go Westbrook.
I am too. And he's actually ranked one spot ahead of Anderson now. He's 32nd and Anderson 33rd.
Yeah, and you see, I mean, usually it would be Anderson, but he takes such a hit without McCown there in the backfield. So
yeah, he really does. And yeah, it shows he just dropped off the map in the rankings, already down in the mid-30s, just that quickly. So what about, okay, you going to go D.D. Westbrook or T.Y. Hilton? This is an interesting one.
Oh, man. That's going deep. Man, I think I would go Westbrook again.
I would too, because I feel like it's much safer. Yes, Hilton might get a touchdown. He might put up 20 points, but he very well could get you 1. And I don't see Westbrook getting you 1. I see Westbrook at minimum getting you 6 to 7 in a standard league, absolute minimum. I don't think he's not going to hurt you. Hilton could.
Yeah. And when he gets that close, I think also, you look at the matchups, and once again, would you rather play a Denver team or Houston when it comes to secondary? I would lean towards Houston, and that's who DD's playing.
All right, I don't have any other questions because I'm going to skip tight end because I hate that position. So there isn't really anything to compare there. You play Gronk, you play Kelsey, you play Graham. Who cares if he got shut out? And then I don't know if Ertz plays, you play him. All right, I think that's going to do it for our rankings episode. We'll be back. We'll do some reactions, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.